God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 70 of Your Journey Is Not Over. My name is Tanya Pearson Randolph. This is my own personal journey, and the expressions and opinions are of my own. I own all the rights to my personal journey and to Your Journey Is Not Over. Neither are to be used, copied, or edited in any way without my consent. Now, getting back to City Hall that cold January day in 2020. Being told nothing could be done, I now have a better understanding how the system works. The good old boy system, that is. Yes, a law had been broken, but in this case, it was all in who you know kind of thing. And the laws sway like the wind. You know, laws are only meant for some and not for others. I there again can't find that anywhere at the law library nor in our Constitution. More on that on next Tuesday's episode. I am the voice for the voiceless across the board and for the ones who can't speak up or didn't speak up for fear of backlash. Promise, not an episode you want to miss. Again, leaving City Hall that day, I was in shock and grieving and in disbelief that nothing could be done. Job well done to that good old boy system. No better time to take advantage of someone in that state, the state that I was in that day. But even in that state, I don't and didn't believe what I was sold by that detective. I wasn't buying it. Of course, he did what he was told, I'm sure, from the higher ups. The people in charge of our city, and whom decides who has to abide by the laws and who doesn't. So my daughter and I left City Hall, and we went to the county building. Yes, I'm persistent, especially when my intuition knows bullshit a mile away. And that's exactly what I was sold at City Hall that day. I wasn't buying what they sold. So I went to our county police department. It is separate from the city police department. And I do want to say, we have an amazing sheriff in our city. And him and his secretary were so kind and compassionate about my situation. I have never forgotten their kindness that they displayed to me that day. And it was at a time I was so broken. Physically, my eyes gave that away. And emotionally. And desperately searching for answers and justice in my mother's ashes. After explaining to them the entire ordeal, I could tell they wanted to help me in some way, but they couldn't. His hands were tied. It was out of the county's jurisdiction. The crime took place in the city and not the county. So there wasn't any way he could help me. Again, if they happened to listen, thank you both. Even in my times of despair, I never stop being grateful and thankful for any act of kindness that people choose to give to me. At this moment in time, I was at a loss. Still didn't know if my brother was even notified. Couldn't get any police report. I tried for future litigations. My head was spinning. Swear it was like I stepped inside a movie, a drama, with all kinds of twists and turns. And at the end of the movie, there were no answers, no justice. I was left hanging and wondering to myself, this can't be normal. Nothing about this was normal. It was my life, but that day, I felt like I was thrown into that horrible movie and made to watch it unfold, as painful as it was. It was bad enough that I wasn't allowed final days with my mom, nor notified of her death for 16 days. Then my aunt and uncle lied on the cremation form, and the cremation happened, again against all traditions. First time ever in the history of both sides of our family, cremated like a cat or a dog. Again, to each their own, respectfully. I am speaking on my family's traditions, for everyone except for my mom, that is. Those same traditions have been followed for generations. And the emotional hits, they just kept coming that day. What did they say? When it rains, it pours. It sure poured that day. There was no umbrella big enough to shelter me from the storm I found myself in. I do want to take this time to say thank you to everyone that streams and listens in. And thank you to all of those who take time out of your busy day to send me messages of inspiration and courage to keep going, keep sharing my journey. I am so very grateful, and I truly hope that by me sharing my journey, I encourage and inspire everyone to embrace their journeys and to begin your own yellow brick road, your own healing journey. If I can go through, endure, survive, and overcome, and heal all that I've endured, you can too. With God, we can do anything. This concludes my podcast for today. Please join me next Tuesday where I get off track and I enlighten people and hopefully change perspectives. It is election time. Again, please join me next Tuesday. Listen in and always remember your journey is not over. God bless.
God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've